while imprisoned in the Nazi camp Auschwitz-Birkenau. A few men made a difference there, men like Maximilian Kolbe, a Polish priest, a hero. Maximilian is imprisoned at Auschwitz for sheltering refugees and Jews. People there are being systematically starved, and yet Maximilian often stands aside when food is brought so that others can eat before him. He waits until other people have received medical attention before asking for personal assistance. He pushes aside his own needs to meet those of dying men around him. It is July 1941, and it is thought that a prisoner has escaped. The camp rule is that 10 men be starved to death in retaliation. So men are let out onto the grounds and 10 are selected. One of those is a man named František, and as he is chosen, he blurts out, "My poor wife, my poor children, what will they do?" Maximilian Kolbe steps forward, removes his cap, and says to the Nazi commandant, "Let me take his place. I am old." He has a wife and children. The Nazi hesitates. Maximilian repeats himself. The commandant astoundingly agrees. František is returned to the ranks, and Maximilian Kolbe takes his place. He is thrown into a room called Building 13 with 9 others and left to starve. He prays and quotes psalms and speaks of Christ as he and the others await their death. Then one day the camp executioner arrives to inject poison into the arms of each of the 4 men who remain alive. And Maximilian is the only one still fully conscious. He lifts his arm to the executioner for the glad relief of death. And on August 14th, 1941, he dies. He is 47. They take his body to the crematorium, and his remains are disposed of, just like hundreds of thousands that have gone before, and hundreds of thousands that will come after, until the killing has ended. But the man who is spared because of Maximilian's sacrifice never forgets. In fact, decades later, just months before his own death, František says, "As long as I have breath in my lungs, I will consider it my duty to tell people about the heroic act of love by Maximilian Kolbe." But Maximilian never hears those words. He dies, not a celebrity, but a hero. Someone who never knew the measure of his own impact, but simply stepped toward the door of opportunity to make a difference on behalf of a dying man. Celebrities seek fame. Heroes are heroes because they have risked something to help others. If I have to choose, I would rather be a hero than a celebrity. John the Baptist finds himself in something like a Building 13, imprisoned in Herod's death camp for denouncing the king's immorality, awaiting his own demise. He has had time to reflect, so he sends 2 of his disciples who say to Jesus, "Are you the coming one, or do we look for another? Are you the Messiah we've been expecting, or should we keep looking for someone else?" John has lived a heroic life. It's about to end, and he wonders if it's been worth it. After all, he had the opportunity to be a celebrity, but now he's a prisoner. If Jesus is the Messiah, why am I in prison? I need to know if it's been worth it to expend my energy for the souls of men. Jesus, was I really supposed to start something? Where are the people? Where are the resources? Where's the applause? spiritual people, celebrities who seem to be succeeding and growing. I'm imprisoned among the dying. This is a home mission service. So let me tell you what it's like to start a church. It's like standing on the outside, weeping over the destruction and horror of a death camp of unreached humanity. Then you move in, and you become a number. What you've been before, whatever level of celebrity status you've achieved, is now irrelevant. It sounds so cute to say we broke our record, but there's a story there. There are rags of weakness. There's a process of carrying your bowl through the food line of prison life with everyone else. And there's times you want to send a couple messengers of your own to Jesus to say, is this really what you had in mind? Or did I miss my big break? Jesus says, go tell John, the blind see and the lame walk, the lepers are cleansed and the deaf hear, the dead are raised up, and the poor have the gospel preached to them, and blessed is he who's not offended because of me. Because of me, and because you paved the way for me, John, miracles are happening, and the masses are hearing, and it's real, and whatever it costs you, it has been worth it. Because heroism, John, lies in accepting the invitation to move in among the dying and become a number, and because you've done that, you're gonna get my blessing. Don't get offended. Because what you're doing seems insignificant next to the pomp of religious celebrities. Don't be offended because others don't see the value inherent in beginning small. Don't be offended because God has asked you to move out of your place of comfort in among the dying for the cause of the kingdom. John, baby, now's not the time to seek stardom. Your ministry is pointing to something and someone that's bigger than you've ever dreamed. Your mind can't conceive. Heroes don't know the measure of their own impact. They just step toward the door to make a difference on behalf of dying men. And if I have to choose, I'd rather be a hero than